Okay, hello YouTube. I'm just gonna give you a little update on me doing the teardrop trailer, um, polishing it. All right, I haven't had a lot of time, so I've been on and off it here and there. So I did this side. I'll give you an example. Let's bring it over. So if you can see, you have this side here done up to this point. So all of this here is done. All right, then I'm starting to work on this side. You can see areas like this, right? And then I'll finish off on this side, which you can see how dull it is, right? I don't want it too shiny. I don't want it like mirror finish, but you can see the difference in how it's looking. You can see the haziness, and then it gets really hazy over here. So okay, so I'm gonna go to the hazy part just to show you what I'm doing, and then you can see. Okay, so I'm just using my Ryobi sander with a disc on it. It's like a sponge, but it's a coarse sponge. It's really hard. And then I put Mother's mag and aluminum polish on it, right? And then I'm just gonna work a little area so you can see it. All right, that way you can see like before and after right away. So I find that you can apply it in a couple of different ways. You could just take some off on your finger and just apply it on like this. I'm just going to do this little area here so you can see. I wear gloves because your hands will turn black if you don't. And unless you have some good hand cleaner, it'll take a while before that black uh, comes off. So anyway, so here we go. Excuse me. All right, so that's one little area. I'm gonna take my cloth and just wipe off some. Now, something you probably would like to know too is that you're probably going to say, well, you got some areas there and it's hard to get that stuff off. A little trick would be, I'm just going to grab it. You just give me a second. I will show you. Alcohol. All right? Disinfectant, 99%. I guess you could probably use less than 99%. I don't know what everybody can get out there, but I can get 99% off from the pharmacy. And if you just pour a little bit on your cloth, it takes it right off. Now, with it, most of that black off, and you could actually see it. Let me show you here. See the black on it? Came off with the alcohol. Now I can sit there and go, okay, how do I make it a little bit more shinier than that, right? Because now you got like a haziness from taking the alcohol hair off. I'm gonna just rub that down there. You're gonna still get some black on your rag. Now, so here we are here. And as you can see, I don't know if it shows up as good, right? So I did this area right here, right? And you can see it's actually a little bit nicer than up here where it's hazy. So it's hazy here and it's a little bit nicer. I find that what I can also do to make it even, you can probably do it a couple of times. Put some mother's polish on it, and it'll come up really nice, Or you could just use some car wax, polish, whatever you want to use, and then go over it. So, how I got it like that side is that you start off like this. You do a couple of coats of mother's wax. It depends on how shiny you want it. And sooner or later, it'll get to how glossy you want it to look. Now, it takes a long time. It depends on how oxidized your metal is, but it does take a while, right? So I'm going to run it, because I'd like you to just see a little sample area on how it looks after I run it a few times. Okay, so I changed my buffing here to a light, one that is hard. So I start off with the hard one, and I would have just done the whole area. I started there, and I thought, hey, you know what? Let me show you guys kind of like a before, in between, and then, after kind of thing. And right now, this is before, in between, and then the final area down there. But I figured I'll show you this so you can see the different, how hard it is to actually work it. Okay, there you go. That was the second buffing I did with the mothers, and it didn't take as much buffing the second time around to bring it up to a nicer mirrored finish. So you can see up here, right? I don't know if you could take. Hopefully, let's get you closer here. Maybe you can see it. All right, you can see here, and you can see there. See how it looks? It's kind of hazy. Then bring it down here, and then it's not as hazy, right? So those are different. The different, and depending on how much you want to, spend, how long you want to spend buffing the heck out of it. I just wanted to take the oxidation off, and which I've accomplished it here, and it looks really nice. It doesn't look so. Because the funny thing with the oxidation is that there's a ton of different variations to it, right? Some areas look like it was less oxidized than others, and it looked kind of blotchy, and I didn't really like the way it looked. But this way, I'll get the oxidation off, and then I'll use some polish. That should hold the oxidation down a little bit. It just periodically put some car polish on it, and hopefully that will keep it. But yeah, I'm constantly working at it. I don't have a lot of time because you can see how long it takes just to do it, because I don't have the proper equipment. And I don't want to spend hundreds of dollars buying the proper equipment just to buff this, and this is only going to be once that is buffed, because after I'm done this, in May, I'm taking it up to my property, which will stay there. And that will, when we go up there, we have our trailer. It's not hauling it back and forth anymore, because I'm building my house up there. And while I'm building my house, this is going to be where we hang out when I'm up there. So yeah, so I figured I'll give it one nice buff, everything, give it a nice clean up, wax the heck out of it, take it up there, and then when I go to leave it up there, I'll build an enclosure around it, like something that will keep the rain and the wind, and and I'll lock it up and then pull it out as I need it. It's, probably make like a 10 by 10 shed, and where it'll be stored in there, and it'll be critter proof, and leave it up there, and no more trailering half back and forth, back and forth. If anybody wants to come out and visit me and stuff like that, they can stay up in this teardrop, until my house is built and I have an extra room. But yeah, so what I did is I went on Amazon and I purchased this there. Let me show you on Amazon, and it gives you 4 different Velcroed on heads. Works really great with the orbital sander, and it seems to do the job. And it was only about $35, and I'm okay with it. $35. I'll chuck them when they're done, because once it gets all corroded up, blacked up and stuff like that, it doesn't seem to do as good a job as when it's clean. So hopefully this will last me to finish this side and then do the other side. And then, then it'll have its maiden journey to its final destination. And I will have it up there in May. Yeah, it's been a great thing. It's the best thing I've built so far, I could honestly say, for camping. So hopefully that helps any of you out there if you want to know how to get oxidation off. It costed me $35 for the buffer. If you have an orbital sander for a Ryobi or any other cheap orbital sander, and mother's polish, that's all I've been using. And a lot of time. It depends on how much you want to work it. But yeah, it's done. It's doing its job, and I'm happy with the results. But it gives you at least before, during, and after. Okay, and if anybody has any questions, you're welcome to send me a question at the bottom, in the comment section. And I hope this helps anybody out. Hopefully it did.